Hi everyone, we are now for the second day in Davos, meeting and continuing change makers, innovators and people that are thought leaders thinking the world of tomorrow. I am now having the pleasure to meet Jeroen from the Netherlands that is involved with Philips Group. So Jeroen, how does it feel to be in Davos?
Well, this is my 10th time.
Okay.
Basically, you get a better understanding what's going on in the world, and you hope to pick up some good ideas. And as of course it is to maintain or to make new relations.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we are talking a lot about inclusion and innovation for good. Do you think that tech and innovation can serve a better purpose and have ways to make solutions real for humanity?
Now, inclusion is one of the better answers to an underlying problem, is that there is perceived a lot of inequality in the world. And that is a real concern of the people. Now, inclusion can help there, but the discussions go much deeper here. It goes about upskilling, reskilling. It is making sure that companies are there for the long term and not for just for the short term, making money. And that's exactly the kind of subjects we discuss here.
Being in a technological group, we heard about the new disruptive technology which is called blockchain. Do you have a view on that? Is there a future for blockchain? Can it be serving as well something good? What do you think about that?
Now, blockchain is an enabling technology. So in itself, probably blockchain takes slower off than we expected some years ago. On the other hand, you can see it as, that sounds a bit difficult, as a distributed ledger. So it's a kind of doing your admin in a transparent way. There will be need for that, but you have to apply markets for it and people who would like to use it. And the second thing is that people mix up bitcoins and blockchain. Basically, blockchain is a good technology, and Bitcoin, I leave it to the people who like to have judgments about it, but I'm not going to comment on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like in every technology, there is, always, like a certain time. So there is an adoption. So this is definitely, like on every technology, like it takes time. So from a Netherlands perspective, we know Netherlands is very active in sustainability, supporting, the Paris Agreement and many other initiatives. What's your personal take on that? What was the trigger maybe for you in your personal life to serve in terms of technology, innovation, but as well maybe something positive for people?
Now, I think that I'm a business person. So if we do tomorrow the same as we did yesterday, probably then the company will slowly die. Now we have changing technologies, like you said blockchain, but think about 3D, think about digitization, or about robotization, or AI, stands for artificial intelligence. And at the same time we have new markets like climate change, like that we get older and we don't like to spend all the time in hospitals, so there's the whole health technology market. So this is a huge opportunity. This is the coming 20 or 30 years is huge opportunity for firms. And of course, at the same time, so that's opportunity, that's good news, but we have to realize that for the same reasons, our workers, but maybe even our suppliers are concerned. So we have to find what you called an inclusive model, and a model to work with the governments, how we can reskill and upskill our workforces.
Well, thank you, Jeroen. You indeed mentioned, most of the innovative aspect we call social innovation. An amazing thing happened in 2015 was like more than 180 nations have validated what we call the 2030 agenda of the United Nations. It's about the Sustainable Development Goals. We know there is a big, a challenge in the execution. While it's very well articulated, we know there is a big, gap in terms of financing and funding. Do you think we can make that agenda real, a reality, and private sector support implementing them?
Yeah, the Dutch companies or the companies that are based in the Netherlands, I think they have all been very supportive of the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals. I think, in my view, it is early to say, the best practice is not try to execute as a company on all the 16, try to select 2 or 3 Sustainable Development Goals and see what you can do actively or proactively on that and report that in your annual report. And be proud on it if you can achieve things better or earlier than the competition.
Yes, absolutely. This is about rethinking the model of corporates in their more sustainable and impact way. So maybe if you had the last word to share with the citizens of the world, on all you that are listening to us, what will be that personal message you would like to convey?
Sorry, I missed that. What will be?
What would be a personal message you would like to share with the audience that is listening on our social network in more than 180 countries? What will be your personal take on what we can achieve?
Now, I think it is a given that we are 7 billion people now. We would like to go, or we will go to 10. We don't like to see people in poverty. I think that we can do much better than we have done so far to lift people out of poverty, but it needs international cooperation. It needs cooperation between governments and business and unions, or it needs social innovation. But what you see at the same time is that we have a fragmenting world with trade disputes and trade tariffs and a lot of emphasis on one country. And I think that is not in line what we have to achieve. So my wish is more international cooperation and less blockages.
Well, Jeroen, thank you very much for this exchange. Stay in touch for the continuation of our stay in Davos. Thank you very much. Thank you.